Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To the honorable judges, and to my beloved government team, and to my beloved opposition team. Today we will have a motion. The lack of reading literacy in Indonesia could be the one factor causing the Indonesian state easily caught inflict or provoke. Good afternoon, ma'am. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Imanuel Rahmadi. I'm number 48, and I'm from Prime Minister, and I'm totally agree with our today motion. If lack of reading literacy in Indonesia could be the one factor causing in the Indonesian state easily caught inflict or provoke. Because in my opinion, the low level of knowledge of everyone will make it easy for people to be competent against one factor, because they don't know anything and are easy to deceive, so the people with reading deficiencies will be easy to provoke. And the act of provocation will be very dangerous and risky, because it will cause several people. And besides that, the lack of reading also easily spread untrue or hoax news, because they don't know the truth, and it causes more and more people to be affected. And there are several examples of the fundamental impacts of the low literacy culture of society. Namely, the first one is high dropout rate. Because without our literacy culture, people awareness of the importance of education will become weak. It is too easy to quit school due to economic inability. And the second one is endless spread of ignorance. The low literacy culture is the cause of ignorance in various fields in knowledge. So it is difficult to make people aware and understand about civilization. And the third one is widespread poverty. Because a culture of low literacy is the reason for low competency and weak economic access. Poverty will continue to undermine and become more difficult to solve. And the fourth one is the increasing crime rate. Criminal action or crime is the logical consequence of low education and endless poverty, so that the norms and values of life are ignored. And number 5 is low work productivity, because without the support of an adequate literacy culture, science fails to be transferred into productive creativity, so that it fails to optimize its own potential. And number 6 is the vulnerability of being wise in responding in information. As a result, hoax and hate speech dominate life and social media. Only a low literacy culture ultimately makes it difficult to select correct or incorrect information. In addition, based on the UNESCO report, entitled The Social and Economic Impact of Literacy, which was released in 2010. Low literacy level results in loss or decrease in productivity, high health costs, and loss of the educational process both at the individual level and at the social level, and limited right. Advocacy due to low social and political participation. Low literacy also, according to UNESCO, has an impact. Has an intermediate impact. For example, the high occupational accident and the high prevalence of occupational illness. And the impact of low literacy also appears in public health issues, because people with low literacy also generally have low awareness of food hygiene and malnutrition, and have high risk sexual behavior. Okay, and as a result, the prevalence of sexual disease and pregnancy, abortion, birth, and mortality is high. Okay, I think that's all for my argument. Thank you very much, ma'am. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To the honorable judges, and to my beloved government team, and to my beloved opposition team. Today we will have a motion. The lack of reading literacy in Indonesia could be the one factor causing the Indonesian state easily caught, inflict, or provoke. Good afternoon, ma'am. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Imanuel Rahmadi. I'm from opposition team as a leader of opposition. Okay, I'm totally disagree with ours today motion if the lack of reading literacy in Indonesia could be the one factor causing the Indonesian state easily caught, inflict, or provoke. Okay, in my opinion, because lack of reading literacy is not the reason people get provoked easily. Because there are a lot of reasons why people easily provoke. Okay, I will give you some example. Namely, because the psychological condition of people is very easy to change at any time, so that people are easily provoked by emotion and make people easily provoke. People who are unstable at heart are very easily provoked, because the soul's condition is languishing, and no matter how small the incident, it can be a trigger for him to vent his hurt feelings. Who knows who? Feeling of dissatisfaction with oneself, dissatisfaction in the family, and dissatisfaction with circumstance make people look for ways to release the pain in their soul. And apart from the psychological condition of a person that cause people to be easily provoked is because people lack critical thinking. Okay, in my opinion, because by thinking critically, we will question all news and verify its source, and by thinking critically will train our uh, curiosity and our awareness of fake news on the internet or social media. So, if we are able to think critically and regulate and overcome our psychological condition, we will not be easily emotional or provoked. Because the reason people are easily provoked is due to hook news and lack of critical thinking. So, lack of reading literacy is not the reason people easily caught in conflict or provoked. And how to overcome so that our psychological condition is stable. Okay, I will give you some example. Number one is put forward logical thinking and first check the information obtained. Okay, and the first is check the correctness of the information received. Put information submitted directly by other people or other written information, for example like broadcast, news, and etc. Promote logical thinking. Consider the pros and cons of each action that will be taken, and what are the benefits and what are the disadvantage, especially, and prioritize personal judgment and norms over the values of others. And number two is manage emotion. Manage emotion is important, and don't let yourself get carried away by negative emotion. Calm yourself by distraction yourself from the negative things and strive to find other things that are more positive and fun. The goal is that we are able to think more clearly and prioritize logic over momentary emotion. Okay, and number three is stay away from alcohol, drug, and get enough rest. Stay away from alcohol and illegal drug because these two things can provoke an individual become aggressive, even hallucination. With adequate rest, the hormones that trigger a sense of calm, relaxation, and happiness will increase. This will help the brain think better, make decisions for more mature, and make emotion more stable. Okay, and I think that's all for me, ma'am. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.